Hello students, welcome to your science class. So today we are going to start our new class, class 11. So today we are going to start the second chapter of the class 11, that is units and measurement. So this is our first video for class 11. The first chapter is physical world. I am not going to discuss about this chapter because this is not so much important for your board exam or any competitive exam. This is just a knowledgeable, this is just a knowledgeable chapter. To study this chapter, you are going to understand about why we are learning physics. What is the importance of physics? So that chapter I am skipping here. So if you want to watch this video classes, if you want to the video class, so you can comment me on the comment section. I will try to upload a video of that chapter. So without wasting any more time, let's start. So first we have to know that how the term units came from. So before that, let me ask a question. So do you think that physics is a subject or a book which is written by the God, and God was giving us the book to just God told us that please follow the rules to understand the physics of the world? No, this is not. Physics is not just a book which is written by the God or something. You can say most scientists are told about this, that physics is a game of nature. Physics, you can say that physics is a game of nature which is played by the God, and we people are trying to understand the rules of the game. So from the very beginning, we are trying to understand the rules of the game. Some people are observing those games very carefully. Those peoples are called scientists. So when they got something, suppose they got some rules of the game, so then they make understand to us. Then this is called the law of science. Suppose a scientist, Isaac Newton, understood that the laws of gravitation, and they propose the laws. By this way, we are understanding the physics. We cannot understand in one day. Step by step, we have to understand the subject. Sometimes misunderstanding can be happen by the scientists also. So and then another scientist came and correct the laws. So by this way, physics are going to improve. In one word, physics is just a way to know the truth. Physics, you can say that physics is the way to know the truth of the nature. So this does not matter that in future we are going to use those truth or not. It does not matter for physics. Physics is trying to understand the reality, the truth. So this does not matter that that means suppose a person is doing PhD researches. So it is not necessary for the scholars that his derivation or his invention is going to perform in future. This is not matter for him. He just thought about to know something. So by this way, we have to learn physics. So let's start. So physics, in the physical world, there are two types of quantities. One is called physical quantities, and one is called non-physical quantities. What is physical quantities and what is non-physical quantities? So to live in the earth, measurement is an important things. Measurement, we have to know what is measurement, because in our daily life we measure most of the things. So physical quantities are such things which can be measured. Physical quantities are such quantities which can be easily measured by a number, and non-physical quantities are such quantities which cannot be measured by a number. Can you give some examples of non-physical quantities? That means which quantities cannot be measured by us with a number. Anger, happiness. Suppose you are got a chance for suppose you got 99.9% marks in board exam. Then what will happen? You are going to very happy. So can you measure this happiness? No, you cannot measure. You cannot tell that I am happy 100, I am happy 50. You cannot tell that. Happiness cannot be measured by us, cannot be measured by a number also. And suppose you buy a dog, and you said that the dog is very cute. You say, you use the word very, but you cannot use that the dog is cute 50. You cannot say that the dog is cute 30 grams. You cannot say that, because cuteness, beautiful, beauty, anger, sadness, happiness, emotions cannot be measured by the number. So these are called non-physical quantities which cannot be measured by a number. And can you give such quantities which we can measure? Length, time, volume, speed, velocity, acceleration. These are the quantities which can be measured by a number. So this type of quantity is called physical quantities. Okay. So physical quantities are such quantities which can be measured by a number. So can you say that how many types of physical quantities are present in our world or in our earth? There are lots of quantities present in surroundings, like like length, okay, time, mass, volume, and energy, momentum. Lots of quantities are present. So if you scientists then thought that if you were going to know each and every quantities individually, then students are going to be thought that they refuse to take this subject. Then scientists thought about this. Then they found 7 fundamental quantities, 7 quantities, 7 individual, that means independent quantities, 7 independent quantities. Those quantities are called fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities. The 7 quantities are length, mass, time, temperature, okay, number of particles, then luminous intensity, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and the seventh one is length, mass, time, temperature, number of particles, and current. These are the 7 fundamental quantities, and any physical quantities can be expressed, can be derived from these 7 quantities. So those physical quantities which can be derived from these 7 fundamental quantities are called derived quantities. Derived physical quantities. Just like energy, force, frequency, this type of work done. So this type of quantities can be derived from these fundamental quantities. Let's see force. Force, you can write that force equals to mass into acceleration. So acceleration can be written as force into change in velocity, right? Change in velocity. And velocity also can be written as change in distance, right? So this is the velocity, right? So from this length, mass, and time, temperature, number of particles, luminous intensity, and current, these are the fundamental quantities by which we can derive any physical quantities. Just like frequency. Frequency is inverse of time. See, time is also a fundamental quantities. Okay. So now we are going to understand that we have understood that the fundamental quantities and the derived quantities. There are another type of quantities called supplementary quantities. We are going to learn further for that. So now to express any quantities, any physical quantities, a number is not sufficient, right? A number is not sufficient. Let's see an example. Suppose you are going towards market to buy some rice, some amount of rice, and you go to a shop, toward a shop, okay, and the shopkeeper asks you that how much rice you need. You said that 20. Then the shopkeeper get confused. He asked 20 gram or 20 kilogram. Then you said that 20 kilogram. Then he understand the things. He know that how much quantity you need. Then he give you 20 kilo rice and you came back home. So here you can see 20 number is not sufficient to express the amount of weight for the rice. So here we use the word kg. This is called unit. 20 is the number which represent the 20 times of 1 kg. So to express the unit, we have to know what is the simplest unit. So you have to know how much weight is the 1 kg. Then you can understand only the 20 kg, right? So students, let's see another example. Suppose you go to buy a sari. Now when the shopkeeper open a sari, he just want to measure with his hands that how much long the length of the sari. So if this is the length of the sari and consider that this is the length of his hand, so he just want to measure the sari with his hand by this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he got that 10 hands. So this is the number and this is represented the units, right? So this represents the unit. So here you can see if the length of the one hand is this, so 10 represent here the 10 times of this length. So hands is the smallest things which can measure by his hand. Here the unit represented such amount of length which can be minimally measured by this way, right? So suppose anything have length 1 hand. So do you think that you can measure the half of this length using this hand? No, you cannot, because this one is the smallest amount of length which can be measured by the hand. Okay, so we have to use a specific types of unit because we do not have same length of hand. Everyone does not has same length of hand. That is why we are using a such kind of unit which is universal. That means all over the world we are using same unit. So suppose there is a system of unit. To measure the length we are using meter, centimeter, decameter, decimeter, inches, foot, etc. Right? So let's see what are the system of unit. CGS means centimeter, gram, second. FPS means foot, pound, second. MKS means meter, kilogram, second. So here you can see these are represented as the length, unit of length. This represents the unit of mass, and here all are second. So this represents the time, because time has only one unit, that is second, right? So these are called system of unit, CGS, FPS, MKS, because some units are contained in this system, right? So these are called system of unit. Now a problem occurred that a country, suppose America, is using FPS system of unit and India is using, that is MKS system of units. So the problem occurred when a man of America and a man of India is talking with each other. So Indian man said that today I bought 2 kg rice. Then the American man thought that what is kilo or what is kg? He is going to confuse. That is why scientists again thought about this. So all over the world, scientists came and thought about this problem. So the scientists, they gave us seven fundamental units. These units are called international system of units. This called SI units. So SI in French it is written as Système International. From this word SI came from. So SI unit is such unit where it is just unique. That means universally we are using nowadays SI unit. All over the world SI unit is being used to measure the physical quantities. So let's see what are the seven fundamental units which was given by the scientists. Now students, we know that we have 7 fundamental physical quantities, right? So the first physical quantity is mass. So mass, the unit of mass is kg, and the second unit of second fundamental quantity is length. The unit of length is meter. Kg is called kilogram, and the symbol of kilogram is kg. Meter is m. Then time is second. SEC, or you can write S only. Okay. Then comes that luminous intensity. The unit of luminous intensity is candela, CD. Then comes number of particles. Then comes number of particles. The unit of number of particles is mole, MOL. The symbol is MOL. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 6. 6 is current. Current is ampere. Symbol is capital A. And next is temperature. The unit of temperature is Kelvin. The symbol is K. So these are the fundamental quantities, and these are the fundamental units, and these are the symbol of those units. So by using these units we can derive any derived quantities. So students, let us now derive the unit of derived quantity. Suppose one derived quantity is velocity. So velocity, you know what is the velocity means? Velocity means the change in distance, change in displacement with respect to time. So here you can see that this is length and this is time. So what is the unit of distance or length? Length is meter, right? And the time is second. So the unit of velocity comes meter per second. Let's see acceleration. Acceleration means change in velocity with time. Change in velocity with time. So we know that what is the unit of velocity now? That is meter per second. So meter per second per time, that means second. So that comes meter per second square. So this is the acceleration. Let's see what is the unit of force. So force means mass into acceleration. So the unit of mass we know, that is kg, right? Kg. And what is the unit of acceleration? That is meter per second square. So this is the unit of force. And we know that force unit, the unit of force is Newton also. So Newton is equals to the kg meter per second. So these are the fundamental, these are the derived units by using the fundamental units. You can see another example, that is frequency. Frequency, the unit frequency means 1 by time period, right? 1 by time period. So 1 by t, that means 1 by second, or you can say that second inverse. This is the unit of frequency. So now now we have learned about that the fundamental quantities, fundamental units, the SI unit, CGS system of units, all those type of things. Now we are going to learn another type of special quantities, which is called supplementary quantities. Now students, let us see what is supplementary quantities. There are two types of supplementary quantities. One is plane angle and one is solid angle. Let's see what is plane angle. You know about the plane angle. Suppose two lines joined with a point. So it so this is the angle, right? Let us consider that this angle is theta and the distance is r. So if we draw an arc, and if we say that the distance of the arc is s, so what is the value of theta? What is the value of theta? Theta means arc by radius, right? If this is a circle, so this one will be the radius, right? So arc is S and this is R. So as you can see, this is arc, that means this is length, so dimension of length is L, and here also R is also length, so the dimension is L, so both are cancelled. So this is dimensionless quantity. So the dimensionless quantities are called supplementary quantities. Let's see what is the unit of theta. The unit of theta is radian. The symbol of radian is RAD. Okay. Now let us see what is solid angle. Suppose you have let us consider a 3D ball. So this ball, geometrically we can say that this is a sphere, right? And it has a center. Now if we consider a area on that ball, so what is this? What is this? This is a cone. This is a 3D angle. You can say, you can imagine that things, that this is a 3D angle which is look like this. This is almost look like cone, right? This is almost look like a cone. So what is the name of this type of 3D angle? The name of these things is solid angle. Okay, the 3D angle is called solid angle. So solid angle can be written by this symbol. So if the area is A and the radius is R, so the formula of solid angle is A by R square. Because this is also dimensionless, so if this is A, that means the dimension of A is L square and the dimension of R is L, so R square means L square, so L square by L square cancel each other. So this is also a dimensionless quantity. So let's see what is the unit of the solid angle. The unit of solid angle is steradian. Steradian or SD. The symbol is SD. So now we have learned in this video that what is unit, how the unit came from, which idea, that means what are the fundamental units, what are the derived units, what are the fundamental quantities, derived quantities, supplementary quantities. So in the next video, we are going to learn about the dimensions of the physical quantities. So thank you for watching this video. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.